Welcome to the Season 2 premiere of Haunted America.
Today we're taking a stroll down to the East Coast.
To a place I seem to visit every 6 months or so.
So without further ado, let's head to the Myrtle Beach area of South Carolina to see which hauntings made it into this episode of Haunted America.
Before we actually hop into the episode, I have to tell you guys about today's sponsor, Western New York Collectibles, Inc. Specializing in all things collectible, they are your one-stop shop for everything from action figures, video games, t-shirts, jerseys, and much, much more. Check the description below for a link to their eBay page, and check that next collectible off your list. Furthermore, if you have any questions for us that you'd like to have answered on the next episodes, email us at hauntedamerica.podcast@gmail.com or DM us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Links in the description. Now, let's get into the show.
The first haunting we want to talk about is in the Myrtle Beach area. It's actually a little bit south of Myrtle Beach proper. It's a spot called Pawleys Island. We're going to talk about the Gray Man.
The Gray Man is a spirit most commonly seen around Pawleys Island, and the locals say that they usually see him when there's an impending storm on the way. Locals believe that he appears to them to warn them of these incoming hurricanes or tropical storms.
The only legend of this mysterious man that we could find from when he was alive, and it's that when he was a young man at the time of his passing, he was on his way from Charleston at the time with his horse, traveling to see his fiancée in 1882. On this journey, he and his horse got caught in a quicksand-type mud in the marshes around the now Pawleys Island, and it's said that this is where they lost their lives. His spirit now allegedly roams the shores nearby, endlessly wandering, looking for the fiancée he never arrived to.
This legend first appears in print in the book Waccamaw Plantations, written by Julian Stevenson Bullock in 1946, and even more elaborated in his 1956 book of ghost stories. The Gray Man got national attention just after Hurricane Hugo, when residents Jim and Clara Moore were interviewed in 1990 on the television show called Unsolved Mysteries. They told their story about seeing the man on the beach and how he disappeared when they waved. Their house was spared in the storm, while the homes of their neighbors were heavily damaged.
The actual Weather Channel aired an entire episode of American Supernatural in 2014 dedicated to the Gray Man. Those that have encountered the spirit of this man have actually accredited him with saving their homes. Much like the people we mentioned earlier, those that have described how he looks describe him as a pirate-looking man, wearing a long coat, and you guessed it, wearing all gray. And there are even some accounts of seeing this wandering spirit with no legs.
Moving on from the Gray Man, the last haunting is going to be a quick one. Mostly because next time I'm down south, I'm going to be checking this one out for myself and want to leave the possibility open for, a full dedicated episode to this story. So here we go. This is a little bit about the young spirit of one Alice Flagg.
After an untimely death of her young father, her older brother quickly became that fill-in father figure for her. Legend says that the young Alice became enchanted in a young man not of the same social status of her and her family. The family tried their best to come up with a method to put an end to their romance, and ultimately, her new father figure decided upon sending young Alice to a boarding school for young ladies in Charleston.
Obviously, Alice did not take well to this news of being sent away from her newfound love, but as a parting gift, the young man gifted Alice a necklace with a ring attached to remember him by until her return. Just a few short months later, once winter arrived, she would fall sick, leading to her family having to pick her up and bring her back home to rest. In the tending to his sick sister, the necklace and ring would be found.
Perhaps in just an act of anger, or wanting to prove a point that this relationship was frowned upon, he would rip the necklace away and throw it into the marsh in front of their house, lost and gone forever. Not long after this act, Alice would perish due to this illness. The spirit of Alice is believed to be seen at the All Saints Cemetery near Pawleys Island. This is where you can find a grave marker with Alice's name on it. However, it's not to be believed that she's actually buried here, just more of a monument for her in her passing. According to what we could find, if you happen to stumble upon this flat headstone simply marked Alice, and wander around the stone 13 times, quoting her name, and then sit and wait, she'll appear, wandering around apparently still of a broken heart, searching for the necklace holding that ring that was ripped away from her before her young passing.
If you have a haunted location of your own that you would like to have featured on Haunted America, message us on Instagram or TikTok, Facebook. You can also email us at hauntedamericapodcast@gmail.com. Leave your name and contact information, and we'll get a hold of you to discuss further details. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Haunted America. Follow us on your socials to stay up to date with everything going on with the show.
We'll be back real soon with another location that earns a spot on Haunted America.